Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Walks Talks. Thanks for tuning in to the show. I ask that you please share these videos with people as far and wide as you can. Please keep liking the videos, hit that thumbs up for me, and subscribe to this growing channel. I have an article or story I want to share with you today. It's been covered the last couple of days by CNN and by Bloomberg. I saw this story out of the LA Times today, which talks about the closure of 150 Denny's diner restaurants across this country in the next year or so. I'll jump into the article, but it's another symptom of the failing consumer. Okay, if you guys comment below if you have Denny's in your area, in your states. We do have them here in Southern California. Been kind of a go-to place when I was in college and in law school, usually 24-hour setup type diners. I haven't been to one in many, many years, but it's disturbing, okay? We continue to see restaurant chains closing down, okay? And why is that? It's because people are not out eating. People can no longer afford to go sit down and have a ham and scrambled egg breakfast at Denny's like they used to, okay? The article says, the popular diner chain Denny's will close 150 locations by the end of next year amid declining revenue and changing consumer habits. The company announced on Tuesday, that was yesterday. It says known for 24/7 service and a wide selection of menu items, the company behind the 70-year-old restaurant reported lower than expected earnings for the third quarter and has seen shares fall nearly 50% this year. So the shares of Denny's stock, I didn't see where it closed today, have fallen almost 50%. Okay, and it says this year alone, and we're not through the year yet. About 50 locations are marked for closure in 2024. It says, with about 100 more to be shut down in 2025, according to the information the company released with its earning report. The closures represent about 10% reduction in the number of locations the company operates. And again, how many employees does each of those locations have? If there's 24/7 restaurant, they have shifts of employees, a day shift, night shift, or graveyard shift. So how many more thousands of jobs are going to be lost with a closure of 10% of Denny's restaurants? It says Executive Vice President Steve Dunn said that the company was targeting underperforming locations that are straining its finances. Many of these locations to be shuttered are too old to be remodeled or are in unprofitable areas, Dunn said. So there's 1,500 Denny's restaurants now around the country. Total operating revenues for the company was $111 million in the quarter, down from $114 million in the prior quarter. Operating income dropped from $14 million to $11 million in the same time frame. He says our third quarter sales results directly reflect ongoing brand investments and dedicated focus on value that resulted in outpacing the category, said Chief Executive Kelly Valade in a release despite the company missing analyst expectations. Let me reread that. Our third quarter sales results directly reflect ongoing brand investments and dedicated focus on value that resulted in outpacing the category. All right, I don't know. I don't think she provided any more meat on that bone. I don't really know what that means. What category are they talking about? The diner category? What does brand investments mean? Who knows? Denny's stock tumbled 17%, it said, on Tuesday to $5.47 following the announcement of the closures. The company also owns, it says, a smaller restaurant chain, Keke's, K-E-K-E-S, which is about 60 locations, mostly in Florida. You guys heard of that? Have you eaten there? This is the chain is among several that have landed in dire financial straits this year after years of high inflation, increased labor costs, and declines in customer demand. The popular seafood chain Red Lobster filed for bankruptcy in May, and we know Rubio's Coastal Grill did the same in June after closing nearly 50 locations. Fast food restaurant chain Mod Pizza barely escaped bankruptcy. It says Italian-American restaurant chain Buca di Beppo wasn't so fortunate, filing for bankruptcy protection the following month. I think we've covered all of those stories on this channel over the past few months, tracking what's going on with the ongoing shuttering of these chain restaurants. It says Denny's is also lifting a requirement for its locations to be open 24/7. And reducing the number of menu items from 97 items to 46, according to CNN. So CNN had put an article out, evidently LA Times picked it up and was regurgitating some of the data. So they're cutting the menu down from 97 things to 46. So that's what? About half of the items are going to be on the menu. So that's reflective, I would imagine, of the fact that food costs are going up. And that therefore having to pass those, they can't, if you will, pass all those cost increases off to the consumers, and therefore consumers either aren't, or they're trying to, and the consumers aren't buying those items. So if you guys are fans of Denny's, looks like you're going to have less spots to go to. You're going to have less options, and we're seeing this play out consistently across this country, whether it's Denny's, whether it's Red Lobsters. I discussed on a show a few weeks ago, a couple of other chains are closing down, and the people just simply cannot, the Olive Gardens and people cannot afford to continue eating out and buying these menus, these items off the menu. So I'll leave it there today. I just thought it was interesting to share with you. Unfortunate. Let's see what happens. If you guys are employed or know anybody employed at Denny's restaurant, they haven't announced which ones are being affected yet. But again, we talk all the time about the fact that if you work for somebody else, especially in the food industry now, seeing what's happening, I hope you guys were thinking about putting a source of alternative revenue or a backup plan in place before you become a victim or a casualty of another closure and more layoffs. All right. Not great news, but just giving you stuff that's unfolding day to day. Again, thank you for supporting the channel, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I will talk to all of you soon. Okay, bye.